You know, if I had a nickel for every time I tried to play a TFT set and Syndra reroll was the fucking meta, I'd have like 3 nickels. So TFT. So 12. Am I right? That is with the live, laugh, love. How many of the... Oh man, just fucking hit. Who the... I've played quite a few fucking games this set. I'm not gonna lie to you. And yes, that's a whole jug of fucking tea behind me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've played a... This set is dropped. Now, I'm not super high fucking rank. I've played 80 games of TFT. I've won 10 of them. That I've gotten top 4 in 44 of them. So, I'd say what, like 55% of the games I get a top 4. I'll take it. And you know how many of those games I've played Syndra? Top 4? Like 2. I don't... Is it just me? Is it... I can't get this comp for the life of me to work. Like, it's gotta just be me. Because every time I try to run this comp, I get steamrolled. But anyway, Mortdog came out today and dropped the new patch. I won't lie to you, I feel like they sort of fucked up. That's just me, though. Let's just jump into it. Golems. I'm sick of getting fucked by a golem. I don't know about you. Sick of starting the game, somebody getting... We start support golems, that's cool. They get the golem augment. And then their golem has a void lane. And then I'm suddenly fighting a level 6 board on fucking 2-1. I don't know about you. Pissed me off a little bit. A little bit. So anyway, yeah, their attack damage, their HP, and their ability damage are all getting nerfed. Blasters are getting buffed. Blasters 2 and 4. Their damage amp's going up. Their aftercast damage amp, so like when nothing's going on, boom. Warrior, Omnivamp goes up, and damage amp goes up. Easy. Frost all around buff. We love that. Frost is such a good trait. In my mind, Frost is such a good trait, they just don't know how to work with it. There's just so much good there. Because Frost goes in with Bastion. It goes in with Blaster. It goes in with tanks. It goes in with your hunters. I mean, fuck, they got 2 hunters on Frost already. Imagine getting 4. Kog'Maw. Anyway. Preservers, nerf, but also rework a little. It's more of a rework. I mean, yeah, they're going to be less tanky in your front line, but they're going to be casting more because the mana ticks are going up from when they would be locked. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen there. Scholar, I have an issue. We will touch on that. Give me my fucking eyes. There's an issue. Scholar getting buffed. Fuck, dude. Why do I look like that? I look like I've been playing TFT nonstop for the last 2 weeks and barely getting sleep. Couldn't be me. Scholar buff. Mana per your auto attack. Basically, you don't gotta build Sojins. Focus on blue buff. Not gonna lie to you. Bastion. Bastion 6 and 8's getting a buff. Which we love that. Not as much as I love this. I don't know if we can zoom in. Chronos time stop is now affected by CC immunity. So your charms, you know, the charm you'd grab when it says team will be immune for 8 seconds, or you know, the fucking item QSS that they have in the game to cannot get CC'd. Guess what? Build it on my Kassadin. Chop, chop. Fuck you. She's stunned. Or he. I don't give a shit. Where's a robe? It's 2024. Do what you want. Huge Quicksilver buff. Jace on 3-star is getting a bit of a buff. Lilia's getting a buff. She was kind of underwhelming, but she was still pretty good early game. So we love that. Oh, what's that? Seraphine got a buff. And sorry, I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Seraphine and Soraka, two of the shittiest fucking units in the game right now. They got buffed. Warwick, so I've seen a decent Warwick carry, but I've seen a decent Warwick carry last till 2-3, and then he falls off. So, needed. You know what wasn't needed? This Ahri buff. I get maybe like an Ahri 1-star buff, maybe a 2-star buff. But you know what's kind of crazy? Which I'll little spoiler. Buffing Ahri, which is one of the top 5 or 6 comps right now, is reroll Ahri Zoe. Buffing Ahri, buffing Scholar, buffing all the Scholar augments, nerfing Dragon Claw. Yeah, we're gonna see an Ahri fucking meta here. In my opinion. I'm calling it right now. Ahri meta. Like, I don't know what else to say. Because, I mean, thank God there's a Galio buff. Because Galio was such a good tank, but felt so underwhelming the moment you got anybody else on the board. Kassadin nerfed. I understand it. Do I agree with it? Not exactly what they did. I feel like they saw Kassadin. Here's the thing. In the last like week or so, I've seen less and less people running Kassadin. And more running Syndra. Because they understood you can just run Syndra 2 and get a top 4 and be done. When with Kassadin, if you're facing a Syndra, you're fucked. Or a Kog'Maw, you're fucked. So that was really unfortunate. I mean, I feel like if they tweaked Kassadin a bit more and really went in fine-tuned it, I get it's week 2. It's week fucking 2. Okay? So, they can, like, edit that up. I can't wait to see a Kassadin buff down the line. Oh my god, a Shyvana buff. Did you know Shyvana was supposed to be a fighter? Who would have guessed? Because, gotta tell you, if they meant for that to be a tank on drop, dude, worst fucking tank out there. Syndra nerf. I don't think we gotta talk about it. Because, like, who's surprised? But hey. Syndra. Watch more Doug's video. It's cool. It's great. You know, we expected the Syndra nerf. She was too good. Like, to the point where you're 3-star in all your units and you're still getting wiped out by Syndra. A little tidbit of information he let us in on. Syndra, last fucking minute, right before the goddamn drop of the set, they said, nah, switch it up. Switch it up how? Switch up how, Mordog said. You know how every other unit's cast time's like a second? Syndra, who scales with how many cast she does? 0.3 seconds. Kind of crazy. So, yeah, Syndra, for some reason they dropped at 0.3 seconds instead of 1 second like every other fucking unit. So she was just stack, win, 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 win. Anyway, yeah, fuck this bitch. She got nerfed. Oh, cool, Katarina buff. I mean, honestly, I love Katarina as a unit. I loved her in set 4. She was also in that set. She was in set 9, right? Yeah, she was in set 9. Wukong buff. I didn't think Wukong needed a buff. I'm not gonna lie to you. He felt like more of a champion that. I understand the buff. I understand it. But I didn't look at all the units that needed worked on and said, yeah, make Wukong even better. So I'm expecting to see more Wukong play. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I feel, because we're about to get into all the augments. But Wukong buff, he's going to be really good early game. Like Mortdog said in his video. He wants you to be fighting minions. He wants you to pick up an orb and have it be Wukong. Be like, I know who I'm playing early stages. Like, I can win streak with this guy. So, like, I get that. And it's not too much of a buff. So, it's a bit tweaking, and hey, we'll see how it goes. 4-cost champs. Karba, did you know she fucking healed? I didn't. Have I been building Gunblade on that hoe? No. Yeah, she can't heal anymore. She's just straight damage. Okay. Mortdog said if you want to heal, boot Gunblade. I wasn't, and I'm not gonna, but go for it. Rise. Rise was more underwhelming than... Oh, man. Every Fantastic Four movie that's ever been released. His spell damage has gone from 80 to 85 on 1, and then 120 to 130 on 2. Rise 3, I think, is a good unit. Rise 2 is a fine unit. Underwhelming. Rise 1, I would rather have a 2-star Zoe. So I'm happy that they did some shit there. And he's... So, this is another thing. So, look, they've buffed Rise. They've buffed Ari. They've buffed Scholar. They've nerfed Dragon's Claw. Which they didn't nerf it on magic resistance. They nerfed it on HP. But still, that is part of building a tank against them. And we'll get to that. The reason I'm complaining is because Tom Kench is in here. Arcana is going to be pretty good. They buffed him. They made him more tanky. He's more of a util tank. He's not one that you're going to build around and do all this stuff. But he has a stun. He soaks up some damage. He's pretty alright. Varus, they fought. Old man fucking Varus, man. 20 years to do the most underwhelming fucking Legolas impersonation I've ever seen. Why was this channel time at 2.5 fucking seconds? When each match averages maybe 25 seconds? That is 10% of the fucking match he spends trying to get one cast. When, if you don't build Sojin on him, it takes him 20 seconds to get there. So unless, I don't know, man. Varus is just, I feel like he's a great idea champ. They're not executing him well right now. But hey, they're the game devs, not me. I'm just bitching. And then Briar. I think this is the most like underwhelming set of 5 costs I've seen in a hot minute. I mean, I like them. Don't get me wrong. And I think, with the Preserver nerf, I think it's going to be less awesome to hit Morgana. But every time I hit Morgana, I'm like, oh shit, I got Morgana. I can play around this. Like the other day, I won because I hit Morgana 2, Melio 2. And I was playing Preserver. My front line was godly. So we'll see how that plays out after the nerf. But they buffed Briar's attack damage. Okay. Whatever. I mean, she's getting a buff anyway from items that we give her. I mean, it's gonna scale higher in the long run when you build items on her now, but items, Dragon's Claw, so I was telling you about. Healing 5% every 2 seconds to 2.5% every 2 seconds. Dragon's Will, same thing, it's just the radiant, it's scales. Blacksmith Gloves are getting nerfed from base HP from 300 to 200. And then Mogul's Mail, base HP down, and then Needlessly Big Gem, damage amp down. A significant amount, actually. Yeah. Silver Augments, Beggars Can't Be Choosers. They give you 7 gold now, which is great, because Beggars Can't Be Choosers kind of sucked. I mean, it was good. It made you force something, but with them reworking the augments, it sucked, so... That's just a theory. Don't cancel me. Find Your Center. It now no longer is offered on 2-1, so you're not really wasting a spot with the augments you get offered early game. How many times I've seen Find Your Center at the beginning, and I can't... What am I supposed to do there? Restart mission, number of 2-star 2 costs goes from 2 to 3. That definitely is such an improvement over 2 of them, because what am I doing? I can naturally roll 2-star 2 costs in 2 shops. It's happened how many times over all the years of me playing TFT. So 3 of them, I think that helps you build your board back up. Row Rejuvenation, 7% to 8% on base Omnivamp. That's fine. Item Collector. Item Collector. HP per item, down. Keepers, down. I didn't really think they needed to work on keepers, but... 1s, 2s, 3s. 1 cost champs to 2. From 3. And then on the house was removed. Gold Augments. Arcane Conduit, removed. Eternal Growth Plus, initial HP gain 100 to 60. Avenge the Fallen, bonus stats are up, which is fine. I like that. Expensive Growth, they raised the... I've taken it like twice, and it's helped me... balance my board out, because I knew I didn't have to focus on my leveling as much as my econing in order to scale against my opponent's late game. So it helps you fix your board. And I think going from 10 to 11, it saves you 4 gold. So 44 gold in total. I fuck with it. Fast forward, attack speed gain from 25% to 40%. We love that. Fortune favors the bold. This is what I'm a little upset about here. I think they raised it too high to the amount of losses you need, and cut the cap off. So Fortune favors bold is if you ever played set 4, it's Fortune. We love Fortune. You lose streak, you get Tom Kent, you get Annie. You lose streak at the beginning of the game. You cash out 10, 11 losses, a million Thieves Gloves and some gold, and a fucking golden eco. We loved it, you know. Unfortunately, now it's 8 to 10 cash out is nerfed. And now it's 13 to 14 cash outs improved, which is great because Mordog said we want, if you're lose streaking 13 to 14 times and cash out, we want you to win the game. That should be a win because that's impressive. Because imagine you can't take 10 health for 13 turns unless you take one of the augments, but so you gotta like be perfect losing. So like 2 health, 2 health, 2 health, 8 health, 6 health. It's gonna be difficult just because of how the meta is right now. I mean, granted, it's changing, but I don't know. Mages are gonna be really good, especially they're nerfing all this shit. Fairy's gonna be good. Callista's gonna be godly. Callista, I'll make a couple boards that I think are gonna happen at the end of this. So they're finally making Rumble's carry augment usable along with the Lilias, which we love. And then the built different, you can't take a 2 tanky now, which is good. Clockwork Accelerator, they've buffed, which is good because the augment felt very underwhelming. I would get it and then barely notice a difference. Draconic Mastery removed, that's fine, nobody was playing it. Endless Hunt renamed to Hunting Frenzy. Reworked, your hunters now gain and execute for enemies below 12% HP and gain 10% attack speed. So you gain a Twitch and a Kog'Maw now. Augments 4/4. A lot of augment work, okay? Dark Alley Dealings, turn delay from 5 to 3. 2 healthy, they lowered it because there's a lot of strong 2 costs right now. Vertically Inclined. It's no longer offered on 2-1 because 2-1, what, you're playing fucking Bastion Witchcraft? On a lucky day? What the fuck are you doing with that? Anyway, so Vertically Inclined, it now will boost you up more when you get it later and help out. Movable Object, they nerfed its bonus effect. Giant and Mighty, nerfed it. Support Golem, no longer offered on 4-2. Worth the Wait, Roundelay down. Prismatic Augments, Anger Issues is buffed. Assassin's Toolbox rework now gives you a Prowler's Claw and an Infinity Edge right away. Witchy Wallop. This is an issue. Because the Witchy Wallop, you can sort of play with... I've done it a couple times. You can play Witchy Wallop into your Arcane Scholar. They buffed it, so we're gonna see. Support Golem no longer offered on 2-1. 4-2 is a typo, so it's no longer offered on 2-1. Bastion Crown gives you Nunu Shen. Blaster Crown gives you Ezreal. Scholar Crown gives you Ari Bard. And instead of Guardbreaker, it's going to give you Spear Sojin, which is good, because who the fuck is using Guardbreaker? Blossom and Lotus 1 and 2 no longer offered on 2-1, because what are you doing with it on 2-1? It's not going to help your board that much. Charms, they're reworking them, like the temporary item remover and reforger. Why the fuck was that temporary? Just give me an item reforger and remover. Thank you. Don't really need to talk about that much. It's game by game. You'll see it when you're in the game. Who talks about hyper roll, and then just some bug fixes. So here's how the thing's gonna fucking look. I'm not gonna lie to you. Items slightly interchangeable. You just want to have really good defense items up front. In the back, you want to have Nashor's Tooth blue buff on either Zoe, Ari, or both. They thrive with Nashor's Tooth blue buff. Those are sort of, you need them in there. And then you need like a AP item. So you need like Death Cap, Jeweled Gauntlet. Don't like Jeweled Gauntlet that much as an item, but I don't know. It's so different from what it was back in the day. So this is about what my board looks like usually. Granted, I'm a fucking plat. I hit like Emerald and Diamond sometimes, but that's it. Oh, and my goodness. I like Fiora's unit. She can get touched. I imagine you could drop her for... You can run a Kali into Fiora. Get the Pyro stacks going. But something sort of like this. You have Katarina jump back there. Fiora follows up. Callista just tosses out. Honestly, and on Callista, I wouldn't mind like a Shiv. Just to shred more. I know we already have Onyx Spark, but that's just my vague idea of what some of the meta stuff will look like. Like Frost is going to be so good. That's sort of my rundown of it. Ari is going to be really good. That's all I could say. And as soon as the patch drops, am I going to be forcing Ari every game? Yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. Anyway. Mwah. Here's whatever I place this game. I went 4th. That's fine though. I mean, this was a good comp. This one, nice to see Wukong doing well. Although, don't think he needs the buff. Just gonna say that. This one, yeah, I see why I did well. Just a stable board all around. I mean, mine was pretty good. 6 Vanguard. Yeah. 4th. And that's what I think about this. Mwah.